What's going on, guys? So, as you can tell by the new shirt that I have bought, we're talking about Doctor Strange, the movie, and oh my gosh, this movie was so good that I actually am now a Doctor Strange fan, man. I'm into that magic now,
Fireballs,
like throwing fireballs out of my hands and
stuff like that, electricity.
even though that wasn't in this movie,
Yeah,
just turn time with your magic, and you can just do all this crazy stuff with magic, like Inception, everything from the trailers. Oh shit! Just everything turns upside down in this movie. This movie is Inception on crack. This movie is so crazy. Okay, so let's get into the beginning of this review by starting out.
Non-spoiler.
Yes, so we are going to do a non-spoiler at the first section of this video. For the spoilers, it'll be more towards the end after our verdicts.
If you
So
didn't
that
see it,
is,
don't-
yeah. If you didn't see it, don't see the spoilers. If you want to know what I think of the movie and if you should see it, and what the verdict is, stick around. We'll do the spoilers after all of that. So, I want to start off by saying that the pacing in this movie was absolutely perfect. The pacing was really good. It's like watching a play, and every single scene is right. There's not a moment in the movie where you feel like it went too fast, it went too slow. Although I will say I felt like the beginning was kind of rushed because of how fast his accident happened. But other than that, it was solid. It was solid. There was nothing really wrong. No editing issues. It was straight out perfect. Other than that, let's talk about some of the characters. For example, Doctor Strange. I thought that Doctor Strange was the best part of this movie. He was the best part of this movie. And on top of that, all the supporting characters in this movie just made his character even better, which is the goal, obviously, to make the main character better with bouncing off all their relationships and chemicals. Yes, the one with Wong, the relationship with him and Wong is so great that
Wong.
There's so many great scenes with those guys. It's great. It just makes you smile. It's cool. This movie, I also want to say, is it's one of those movies where you don't know if you like it until you watch it. Sometimes this is the movie where it's like you gotta watch it, and then if you like it, you might become a new fan like me, or you might not like it, and you might say, oh, it's a good movie, but it's not my thing, or but you have to watch the movie. This is the movie you have to watch, and then you're like, oh my gosh, that movie was awesome, or oh my gosh, that movie was good, but it's not my favorite superhero. You know what I mean?
It's like
you make up your mind.
It's like you watch it, but it may not be your favorite superhero. It's a good movie.
Yeah, like Doctor Strange. Everybody knows on this channel, Doctor Strange is not my favorite superhero.
We all know who
But
that is.
My favorite superhero is
It's
Spider-Man.
And this is magic we're talking
But
about.
I'm gonna say this: I've never been a Magic fan, but this movie made me a Magic fan.
I've been a little bit magic fan.
I mean it. Not even the pull of the bunny out of the hat trick. I mean
That's
magic,
Panda. That's
just
it.
going huh, 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 and then you make shields, these freaking shields
That's
out of your
combat
hands.
There's
But
Fire Ranger
it's-
Panic, and then
And then he makes this whip, and then he just and it's not spoilers because it's in the little mini trailers if you guys have seen it. He makes this cool whip thing. He starts fighting with it. Yeah, that. All of the animation in this movie was fantastic.
It was great.
It was amazing. The magic looked cool. Everything, the showing of it, the visual effects, it looked. There's no word to describe it. It was crazy. It was really good, and I highly recommend you go see this movie because this movie blew my mind about how good it was. There were so many great messages in this movie that it really was inspiring, and it was really good to watch and see, and it was really good to have something new and fresh It's not like Spider-Man where we gotta kill Uncle Ben. Oh, we gotta kill Uncle Ben again. Oh, we gotta keep doing the same thing. Oh, Batman, we gotta kill his parents again. We gotta kill his parents again. We gotta keep rebooting. Instead, Doctor Strange is completely new to the modern day audience. It's a great welcome to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's a great thing to see now. It's great to see people like Doctor Strange getting his own spotlight and getting his own fan base. His fan base is going to grow after this movie. I guaranteed it. People are going to run to the comic book store. They're going to go buy these comics. They're going to read them. They're going to study them. They're going to love them. And this movie did its job.
Michael, isn't he a new superhero?
Oh, no, he's
no,
been
he's
around.
not.
He's been around.
What?
People just don't pay attention to him. Like I have. I mean, I watched the TV shows with him in it. If you guys have played Ultimate Alliance,
Or like the comic book.
if you guys have played the Ultimate Alliance, you know who you have to go to Sanctum Sanctorum because you got to run away from Doom or whatever.
Yeah.
If you played Ultimate Alliance, you know what I'm talking about. So you go, you see his place. That's when I first met Wong. That's when I first met Doctor Strange. That's when I first met him, right? And I met him in TV shows and all that stuff. This movie is I can't even, it's just great movie. Go out and see it. Like, there's no other word for me to describe. You need to see this movie.
If you're a Marvel fan.
I almost didn't see it. I almost was like, you know what? Maybe I should save my money. Maybe I should. No, man. Go out and see this movie because this movie is worth your time. It is inspiring. It is great visuals to see. It's great. It's amazing. There's no other word to describe it. There's nothing else I can say. The Ancient One was amazing. I liked her character. I liked Baron Mordo's character. I liked how the one thing that was different with Baron Mordo's character and in the animated film was in the animated film when when he had to train Doctor Strange.
It was a dude.
No.
It was a girl.
It was a dude. Instead
Okay, you know what? We'll talk about that in the spoilers. We'll talk about that in the spoilers so you guys understand what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll just give what our verdicts now. So Nathan is not going to say this, but he gave it a 9 out of 10, and we actually gave it the same score. And I will explain why it was a 9 out of 10 in the spoiler section. Sarah, what did you give it?
A 10 out of 10.
She gave it a 10 out of 10, and I want to point this out right now. I showed her the trailer, and she was like, you know what, Michael, I want to see that movie. That movie looks cool. I like that movie will look cool. And she came, we saw it. She never got out. I mean, she never got out of her chair to go to the bathroom or anything. She was just right there the whole time, eating popcorn with us and just watching the movie. And she was
especially eating candy.
Yeah, she was into the movie. We were all into the movie. Nobody was like, you know what, I gotta use the bathroom or anything. Everybody was like, you know what, ooh, what's gonna happen? Ooh, you know, like people.
What's next?
We were all invested into the movie. The movie keeps you entertained, and that's why another reason why I love this movie. So now let's give it the verdicts. Okay, no, we gave it the verdicts. Now I'm gonna give you like couple seconds to now know that we are getting into spoiler territory.
Around there.
Yeah, we are going into the spoiler
5
section.
seconds.
5 seconds. Get for like 3, 2, and 1. Welcome to the spoiler section.
It's on you guys.
And it's on you guys if you want to see the spoilers and not want to care about seeing the movie. Which you should go see the movie. You should. Because this movie was better than the animated film. And I'm going to explain why. One of the things that I did not expect, which I almost talked about by accident, was the fact that they changed Baron Mordo's character a bit. And how they did that was...
That's what movies do. They change up the characters a little bit.
Like
they tweak them to the movie style.
Well, when when Baron Mordo in the animated movie was training him, he didn't like him. He wanted to kill him, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, he's gonna kill him. And then Wong saves him, right? In this movie, in the movie, they're like friends, you know. They get along with each other, and it's really different than it is in the animated movie. Now, granted, this animated movie was like from 2008. Like, it's old, okay? It's very old. But
That was when I was born.
it wasn't as good as the movie was. There was just, I felt there was too much other sorcerers in the animated movie too. There was too many. I felt like in this movie you had more time to focus on Doctor Strange's character, and that funny part with Wong where there's a scene where Doctor Strange can't get these books, so what he does is he creates these little portals, and he puts his hand, and it's like, so Wong's listening to
music.
What was the song? He was listening to some pop song, and then
he's like taking the books.
I know the song.
he takes the books from behind him.
And he's like looks behind him and takes the book from above.
He's like,
He makes a little
and then
holes. They just grabs books.
he's like, what the heck? What?
He's
And-
like,
And then while his head's turned like this, you see Doctor Strange come out and grab the last book, and he's like, oh. It was so great, man. That was so funny. You need to see that in theaters, because it's way funnier than we're talking about it here. Oh my gosh. There was so many parts. There was even a scene where Doctor Strange had to like fight, he had to fight this one guy as a ghost.
yeah.
It was crazy.
And then they get
And he
shocked
kept
him,
going
and he's like, they
over
killed the guy.
back and
Yeah, then you shock him, and then he's like,
This dies.
and I think this is kind of what I like about his character is he felt guilty for killing him, or he felt guilty for his death when he did that, when that happened. Now,
That's
granted,
realistic.
now
You're not gonna
granted-
kill someone like, yep. I
now
don't care.
granted, he didn't kill him. His ex killed him.
Yeah.
Because he was on the hospital table, he got shocked and it blew up, right?
Yeah.
But it was his plan to do that, so he'll save his own skin, right? And when he found out that he was dead, he felt wrong for it. You can see that he explains that he saves lives, he doesn't kill them, and that's one of the biggest things now that I like about him. I like how his character. I like his character. I like how he wants to save lives. He doesn't want to destroy them, and that's what he does at the end of this movie. Which the end of the movie, oh my gosh, the end of the movie scares the shit out of me. Like, we'll hold on. Before I talk about that, I want to talk about one thing.
What about that
monster?
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 Yeah, the monster with the black face and purple eyes.
Well, no, that's at the end, and that's Dormammu. We'll talk about. And why are you whispering? Okay.
Yeah, no whispering.
So there's no need to whisper. Okay, so
You hit
there's
me.
a scene in the movie where the cape or whatever.
It attacks
So-
the guy. It's like his
So
kid
get
mouth.
this: the cape
It's alive.
is alive.
It's
the
alive.
the cape is its own personality.
That's so funny.
It's so funny.
That's cool.
And it goes
That
on
is
him.
cool.
It's just, when he wants it, it goes like.
It like floats on him, and it's like this. It's it's like comfy on him. There's a scene where he like pulls up the collar,
like-
and then it's like all tight on his
And it's
face.
touching him and stuff.
Yeah, touching himself. He's like, stop, and then he's like, stop, and then it kind of just like, let's go. It was.
like.
Then there was a scene where he's trying to go run and get this axe to defend himself, and his cape is pulling him like, no, grab this thing, and he's like, what? I don't know what you're talking about, and he's like keeps pulling him, and I'm sitting there, I'm laughing my ass off.
It's so funny.
The cape was so funny, and then before that one guy became a ghost, it like was the cape wrapped him around him and like was like choking the life out of him and smacking him around the fucking room like this. I'm like, he's like, I was sitting like, oh my gosh, that is so funny. The cape, he's being killed by a cape.
It's attacking.
How much funnier can that get?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so now we can talk about that crazy, surprising ending.
Yeah,
So-
we just see Thor just in there drinking beer.
No,
and talk to him.
no, not that part yet. Okay, so
Not that part?
Dormammu. So the last ending with Dormammu, and Sarah wants to talk about it so
The big
bad.
monster.
One problem with the movie one of the problems with the movie I did not like. Dormammu. Why is he all purple and green
Monstrous.
and what is that?
He's darkness.
In the
Michael.
comics and TV
He's
shows, he's like a fireball. He's like a Ghost Rider head, and he's fire, and he's like
Like I was fine
this.
with the look, but I was okay.
He's like this, like
Like I was okay with the look, but if
in
they
the
were more comic
movie.
accurate,
In the movie,
it'd be
he
more
was
nice.
like some compete. It's like they couldn't do that color or something. but-
Maybe they just couldn't do the color because of the green screen stuff.
Time.
Probably.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. That was just so dumb. Like, that was one of the dumbest things. I think the second thing that was so dumb in this movie was the fact that when he did his magic, when any of the sorcerers did their magic, they never talk. Like, when they do their spells. So, like this one thing, when he holds his hand like this, and he does this to open a portal, right? Which I love, by the way. I'm gonna be doing that forever now. To try to open portals and get the hell out of here.
This?
He never says anything cool. You know what I mean? He never says anything like that. He never says like a spell. He never does a. He never says a spell. He never does a
He never
spell.
says the spells.
He never says. Yeah, he never talks about. He never says the spells.
He just
And-
does it.
It's like I want to hear you say the spells. Like with the Eye of Agamotto. Agamotto. That's the name.
Agamotto.
He doesn't. I was waiting for him to say like I summon the Eye of Agamotto. He said Agamotto. It's Agamotto.
Agachago.
Shut up. It's like. But
Sims
if
4.
you watch the TV shows, or if you watched recent TV shows, he'll say for example, I summon the Eye of Agamotto. Stop talking over me.
What? Say
he'll
it.
shut up.
it
Shut up. He's like, I summon the Eye of Agamotto, you know, it's so cool, and it opens up and it's a bright green eye, and it's like, yeah, that's cool, but why didn't you say it in the movie? I want to hear you say it in the movie.
He didn't want to, I guess. He didn't know.
I want
to.
to that those were my two
Maybe
biggest.
you don't have to say the things, but all you have to do is do the actions, I guess.
I don't like that. I want
Maybe they have to say it in their head. Maybe they have to say it in their head.
that doesn't work.
Yeah, you say it in your head.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know how magic works.
Yeah, we don't know. Well, we know you have to say the words.
What are you doing? Stop it. Why are you sitting here whispering to me?
Yeah,
Talk.
I'm fighting people.
Oh my gosh, she's so shy on camera,
End the
guys.
video.
I don't like camera.
No, we're not done with the video. We still gotta talk about the end.
Yeah, do it now.
We are gonna talk about. Shut
I'm
up.
fighting people.
We're
Michael.
talking about the best parts in the movie. Okay, so we'll talk about this scene. This is the one scene that my mom likes. This is actually before the ending. So basically, the Ancient One dies. The Ancient One gets killed. The Ancient One dies, and she basically explains to him. So Doctor Strange is trying to save her, and she basically leaves her body, right? You know, and he's trying to follow her ghost and through his ghost, right? So it's a weird scene.
It's his spirit or whatever.
So they have a discussion, and basically, there's a great motivating scene where she's basically explaining to him how she did a lot of things that were wrong to stay alive as long as she did, because she's old, man. She's I don't even know how old she is.
5,000 years old or something.
Something like that. I don't even know.
65.
I don't even know. So she basically has this discussion with him, hey,
Bounce his ass.
oh man, I better not be catching your sickness, because that's gonna piss me
Yeah, I
off.
need to get sick. No, I'll get the videos tomorrow.
That would suck.
I was in
It's nighttime.
Okay, so they basically have this discussion, hey, when I was trying to keep myself alive, I had to do things that were not always the right thing to do. And this is actually the scene that my mom loved. She
You had to kill
because that's what she does. Sometimes she does things. It related to her on a level where it's sometimes you have to do things that's not always gonna be the right thing. Not
do.
it's you're gonna get your hands dirty. It's gonna take some dirt on your hands. You're gonna have to do something wrong to do something right. Sometimes you have to do some wrong things for the better
Of mankind.
for the better of the situation. And that's the message from her. And there was another message, which we will now talk about, which is where he uses the Eye of Agamotto
To destroy.
To
to
go back.
Rewind.
make a time loop to to trap Dormammu.
In a time loop, so he can't escape.
He must have died so many times that I lost count.
It's like
Because-
around like 10 times tops.
The first
Yeah.
time so the first time when he had out his like shields or whatever, I thought he was okay. But then the third time, but then he comes back, says the same thing like, Dormammu, I've come to bargain. And then all of a sudden, he gets stabbed by these fucking spears.
Like,
just, and then it time loops,
And then it shows the same thing, and it keeps doing it.
and I'm like, wait a minute. What the heck? Because then I realized that it's a time loop. He has it in a time loop.
Yeah, that's remember he learned the time stuff?
Yeah. So that's what he uses to basically.
Uses dark magic.
And you know what? He literally dies like a million freaking times.
He felt the damn pain, Michael.
And
I felt that.
and we gotta really and okay. And to get all real serious here, we got a really powerful message from Strange. Like
He will keep
when
doing it.
he's gonna keep doing it, and he's gonna keep trying. He's gonna keep trying, and you know that relates to me on a personal level because
He won't
this
stop
movie,
until you
he
stop.
at the end he makes me feel like I need to believe.
Believe. I
And-
know that sounds like a cat buster, but it's
yourself.
true.
It makes you feel like you need to believe.
in yourself.
Yeah, and that you need to keep trying. You need to keep trying
No matter what.
until you win. He kept doing that time loop. He kept getting himself killed until Dormammu was like, "Okay, what do you want?" And then he was like, "You know what? I'll break the loop if you get you and your minions out of here." And Dormammu has no choice. He accepts and he leaves. And Baron Mordo, he decides not to be a part of their Wong and Strange's little club, and he leaves. And then we get a scene where Doctor Strange with his hands. I don't really know exactly. A lot of people say that he. A lot of people.
He closed it, basically.
No. A lot of people say that his hands, like he can't fix his hands. Like his hands might stay that way, or he does.
His hands will stay out that
Or
way.
because his hands shook like a little bit, and you know, and you there. Yeah, man, that was a great movie, man. It was really good. Anybody want to talk about anything else that they
Nah.
thought was?
Funny.
Oh my gosh!
Something funny.
Yes,
Something funny.
Thor.
Yeah.
Thor.
He said.
Thor was in the end of this
Dr.
movie.
Strange said. Do you wait?
Okay,
what did he
okay,
say?
no. Okay. So basically, they have a conversation.
Yes.
Thor's got this. Okay,
get
so
gonna
Doctor
get it.
Strange offers him tea,
Yes.
and then they're sitting, and then Thor has this big old thing
Jug.
of beer,
Then he pours it in.
and then
Then he drinks
then-
it all the way right to here.
and then the camera pans to Doctor
It's
Strange.
gone, and it's
Yeah,
back.
it pans to Doctor Strange for like a few seconds, and then
It's not gone.
it's like it's empty. It's like, and this is a big jug. Like this is like a 2-liter
Like that
beer.
big.
Like it's
Like
huge.
this big.
Yeah, it's like huge.
Yeah, it
That's
was
a
like
lot
that
of beer.
big.
And that was so funny when he drank that all in one gulp. But it was really cool because we got to know that Thor is looking for his dad.
Yeah, and Loki, and he brought Loki.
Yeah, and it's going to be really cool to see what happens in Thor Ragnarok. So that's going to be fun.
So
So,
you done yet?
wow.
Turn it on.
So guys,
See you in the next video.
I hope you enjoyed the spoiler review.
Yep.
That is basically the majority of what happened. I did not tell all of it, but basically, that is the main points and the main things that happen. So until then, guys, I'll see you on the next review.